Mike Moore Media.
On the media line, Frank Bruno, community leader in Stokesdale. Our program is sponsored by PSI, Pump Pipe Sales and Service, bi-ritesupermarket, and Crossroads Pharmacy. Hey, Frank, and Merry Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing just great. Well, there's not a whole lot happening anywhere in our communities because of the pandemic, but, you know, it's always a good idea following all the guidelines to remind all of us to shop local and support our businesses right here, the right before Christmas as best we can.
Yeah, and that's what I've been doing, trying to stay local as much as possible. We've got some great local merchants in town, so if you can, please support them. One of the things you'll see, and I've noticed this a lot more this year on some of the social media platforms and some of the neighborhood platforms, are people looking for some help this time of year. Mm-hmm. We always have that, but think about it this year. If you've had somebody who's been out of work a lot of the year, a lot of people got laid off back in March or April, and I know some of their unemployment benefits ran out. So if those people like that you can help. Sometimes people have a hard time asking for help, but we all need help sometime in life. And as a community, I think Stokesdale's always been very receptive to helping people. Mm-hmm. So if you know anybody in that situation, see if you can help them out. We do have Good Samaritans in town. A lot of the churches do stuff over the holidays to help out people. Supply meals, buy toys for kids, whatever we can do to help. So just keep that in mind during the holiday season, that it's supposed to be a fun time, and for most people it is. But this year's a little different. So, if you see anybody out there and you can help them out, please help them out.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad you reminded us. It is the season of sharing and helping and all of that, and really the needs are there more this year than in the past.
Yes, yeah, a lot more. And again, I've seen a lot more of that on some of the social media platforms. Mm-hmm. And again, with Good Samaritans in town in Stokesdale, they're always out there helping. I know there was, I believe, maybe it was yesterday or sometime this week, they're doing a food giveaway. So if you check with them, I know they have a Facebook page, but if you go and check with Good Samaritan Ministries in Stokesdale, you can get some information about that. And again, they're always collecting food. Mm-hmm. So if you've got anything you want to donate, just contact them. I know there is one day of the week that they're open for donations, but if you call them and you have stuff, they'll make arrangements to get it from you. So keep that in mind too.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I haven't been down your way recently. What's going on at bi-rite? How's that looking? That work?
It's looking good. I mean, they're progressing. They're still on track to do April 1st or beginning of April opening. Mm-hmm. And I know, David Wren over there also knows that you're always at the mercy of the government when it comes to inspections and everything.
Yeah.
But, so far so good. There hasn't been any hiccups at this point, which is nice. And it looks like, I looked at, over there the other day, and they pretty much all the walls are up, and they're working on getting the roof up. So it'd be, great for them to get over there. I know if you go to the store now, it's packed with stuff. I was over there yesterday. Mm-hmm. Lots of people. All the shelves are packed with food. So, they've got great deals for the best meat department in town, or actually best meat department in the Triad. As far
mm-hmm.
as I'm concerned.
Oh, right. You are. Yeah.
Yes. But, they're always very helpful. So don't be shy. Go over there, get your food. Don't worry if you see a bunch of people there. Put your mask on. Go in, shop. But it's going to be nice for them to get to that new building, so they'll have all that extra space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Always busy on that corner at bi-rite, isn't it?
Yes, it doesn't matter what time of day you go, they're always busy.
That's right, yeah. Well, I just wanted to get an update on bi-rite for sure. And just right before you and I started this conversation, I had a good call with April at Crossroads Pharmacy, one of our sponsors, and she has that location there in Oak Ridge, of course, where she's been for a while now, and I think she opened there. Let's see, I kind of trying to think back when that did open, but it's I'm thinking maybe 2014, February 2014, if my memory is correct on that. But she also has that Madison location right beside Fuzzy's Barbecue. So April and I had a good visit on the phone, and she said for me to be sure to thank everyone for their business and to say Merry Christmas to everyone from Crossroads Pharmacy.
Yeah, they do a great job up there. I've used them since the day they opened.
Oh, have you?
And,
okay.
It's so convenient, especially, they're right in that Food Lion Shopping Center off of 68. Mm-hmm. Great people to work with, no lines, which is really good. They get you in and out real quick, and very helpful with everything. So I'm glad they're in town, and I know that second location's been doing real well for them, too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great to see a small business owner, start out in one location. Now she's got a second, and hey, who knows? Maybe in a couple of years she'll have 2 or 3 of them. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or 3 or 4. She'd already got 2.
Yeah, who knows? She already got 2. Yeah, so 3
right.
or 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep expanding.
But that's where when you're supporting your local community and supporting your local business, that's what happens.
Yeah, and and I know a lot of people go to the big box stores and the chains and all of that, but a lot of people unfortunately are getting drugs in the mail, and that's, I don't think, a very good idea. We've just done some programming on that recently. That has some issues there built in to meds in the mail. So I think it's just so good when you can deal with a local pharmacy like Crossroads Pharmacy, because you know the people, they know you, and that interaction's important.
Yeah, and they deliver. Mm-hmm. So if people don't want to come out, they'll deliver locally. And people will say, well, from a price standpoint, their prices are the same as any big store you would go to. Mm-hmm. So what could you ask better for is you get great pricing and people who will come out and actually deliver for you.
Yeah, local.
So, you can't beat that. So that's a great thing to do. So,
yeah,
and support them.
Your money stays here in our community. Last time I checked, the Kmarts and the Walmarts, they're far away. That money goes to another state. So good to support people like Crossroads Pharmacy for sure.
Yeah, and then think about, we've got several local restaurants. This is, again, usually their busiest time of the year. I know when I was in the restaurant business, anywhere from, right around Thanksgiving through New Year's was probably, we did half of our business for the year.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So keep those local restaurants in mind. If you can eat in and you're comfortable with that, do it. All of them are doing takeout. So, again, if you, support locally, you don't have to travel far. We've got some really good restaurants in this area. Support them and help them, stay in business. I was watching a story last night, national news story, and they were talking about the amount of restaurants that have closed this year, and they said there's been over 110,000 restaurants that have already closed this year.
Wow!
And the biggest part of that number was 30% of them. Over 30% of them had been in business for over 30 years.
Oh no!
And so you can see they're small family-owned businesses, and they just can't. And of course, a lot of them are in larger cities, but that's what's happening right now because of the people not going out and not being able to go out and have dinner or have their meal, have their holiday parties, Christmas parties, New Year's parties. Pretty much most of those are canceled this year. So if you're doing anything, or if you can support our local restaurants, or if you can get catering from them, get takeout from them, please do so. I know a lot of them in Stokesdale have been busy with takeout, and they're always, I called one last week, and they were apologizing on the phone to me because they said my wait for takeout was going to be 40 minutes. Wow. And I was like, you know what, that's great. That means you're busy, and that's why I called early. So, I didn't mind that. So if they give you a longer wait time, don't get upset. That means they're actually doing business, and they're going to be there for you next year.
Yeah.
So, having been in that business, I know how tough it is. So if you can also support our local restaurants, please do so.
Sure. Yeah, a good point there. Well, we might as well mention another sponsor, PSI, Pump Pipe Sales and Service. Wow, what a place that is. Now, they've been in business since 1982. With some really great deals on plumbing equipment and parts. And PSI is the largest independent wholesale distributor of plumbing, drainage, pumps, valves, and fittings, erosion control, hoses, power equipment, large and small tools, in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. So I don't have that memorized, but I had a little cheat sheet on that. But,
yeah. What a great asset to a community to have a business like that.
That's right.
It's such a great asset to us. So again, that's another business that if you have the opportunity, support them, because they've been in town for a long time and they've supported the community. Let's give our support back to them.
Yeah, 1 block west of 220 Highway 158. Yeah. So Merry Christmas from Hassel and all the folks at PSI. Yeah. And these businesses we're mentioning have been on this program for years, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do too. I'm like to see a couple more sponsors, but it's great to have the ones that we have, and hopefully we move forward in the new year and everybody prosper. That's what we're kind of looking at. We've got they start giving out vaccines this week, so hopefully that's a positive thing for the country, and within maybe 3 months or so, we'll be kind of over the hump and back to normal, if you want to, whatever normal is.
Yeah, right.
I don't know wherever your definition of normal is.
Well, some of us define it differently than others.
Yeah, I mean, like in my business, I haven't stopped working. It's been tough. Let's say I've worked, but it's been tough making money. But I still work for my clients. So,
yeah, sure.
Take care of them in the tough times, and they'll take care of you when things get better. So,
yeah.
So I've been mine. It's been a little bit of a change, but I'm still doing my routine. But I know for a lot of people it hasn't. A lot of people have been laid off, or what's the other one? Furloughed is the one I love.
Furloughed.
We're furloughing you, but we don't know when you're coming back to work.
That's right.
So,
who invented that word?
I don't know, but that's more of it's. Just lay off. I think they get better benefits if they get laid off. I'm not really sure about that.
Okay.
But it's hopefully all those people are either going to get back to work at the beginning of the year or they found new work. But again, it's been tough on everybody. So it's not just you. If you're out there struggling and need some help, let somebody know. And that's the most important thing. So.
Yeah. Well, you've given us some good things to today, and I appreciate that. Always thank you, Frank, and I'll mention some of the Facebook pages and things as we finish up. But before we end up, any last-minute thoughts for the old year, getting ready for the new year?
I think, well, like most people, I'm glad the old year's over. So, yeah. But again, enjoy your family. What was the quote? It was Neil Armstrong, the first astronaut on the moon. And he had a quote that said, basically, we all have a finite number of heartbeats, so take advantage of every one that you have.
That's
which
good.
I think was an amazing quote. So, I know things are tough. I know, the world has changed a little right now, but enjoy your family, enjoy what you've got, be happy for what you do have. Try and have a happy holiday season, Merry Christmas, great New Year. Think about the positives that are going to happen in the next several months. We can't change what's already happened, but, our attitude can change where we go. So think about that. Everybody enjoy their holiday season. I wish everybody the best. God bless everybody, and please stay safe over the holidays.
Frank, what a good way to end for the program and the year. Thank you, Frank. Merry Christmas to you, and we'll talk in 2021.
Great. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Okay.
Frank Bruno on our Stokesdale program. Frank, former member of the town board. You may want to check out his Facebook page, and that is Stokesdale Now. And then on Facebook also, Friends of Stokesdale. We mention that from time to time. And then the town's website, and that is stokesdale.org. And again, thanks to our sponsors, PSI, Pump Pipe Sales and Service, Bi-Rite Supermarket, and Crossroads Pharmacy. I certainly appreciate those folks. Please support our local businesses whenever you can. And Merry Christmas!